Hey Gator fans, I'm Allie Peak. You are watching a peek inside Gator football, and today we are hyping up the future of Florida football. Five true freshmen who have us buzzing for the 2025 season. We're talking about some that I'm sure you're aware of, and others who might surprise you. These guys are part of Billy Napier's number 10 ranked recruiting class, and they are ready to spot the ball and make an impact. We're going to break down their realistic roles, where they sit on the depth chart, and where you might see them shine in the swamp. So let's go ahead and dive in. Before we get to the freshmen, though, I do want to give a shout out to Coach Billy Napier. His 2025 recruiting class is a game changer. They're ranked number 10 nationally and number 6 in the SEC per 247 Sports. And they had 19 early enrollees, which means all of those guys hit the ground running in spring camp. That's huge. Napier is building a program with depth, talent, and that spot the ball mentality. They're going to line up, play fast, and compete. Last year, the Gators finished 8-5, and they showed what this staff can do. The turnaround that happened halfway through the season was remarkable. Now we're going to see if it continues on into the 2025 season. And we have five freshmen we're going to talk about who are poised to add to the momentum. With a stacked roster, it's going to be tough for true freshmen to crack the lineup early. But these guys we're going to talk about have the talent to make waves. A couple of wide receivers, Vernell Brown III and Dallas Wilson, could see the field sooner, while others on this list might shine later in the year. We're going to break down each player, their depth chart outlook, and what Gator fans can realistically expect in 2025. First up is Vernell Brown III, four-star wide receiver from Jones High School in Orlando. Now, this kid is a legacy. VB3 is only the fourth third-generation Gator player family in existence. Number two, actually, was my family. But anyway, this kid, like I said, is a legacy. He's a son of Vernell Brown II, who played at UF from 2001 to 2005. I feel very old because I went to school with his dad. He played with my husband. He's also the nephew of Vincent Brown from the 2008 National Championship team. So lots of Gator blood there. Grandpa was a Gator football player as well. Just orange and blue running through those veins. Vernell is a playmaker. He had 94 catches for 1,508 yards and 11 touchdowns as a senior, plus 4 return touchdowns as a junior. At 5'11", 180 pounds, he's got speed for days. His path to playing time is promising. Florida lost top wide receivers Elijah Badger and Chimere DK to the NFL, leaving gaps in the passing game. The depth chart has senior J. Michael Sturdivant and redshirt sophomore Eugene Wilson III as starters, but Wilson's coming off that hip surgery, and Khalil Jackson is recovering from his ACL tear. Vernell showed out in spring practice, earning praise from offensive coordinator Russ Callaway for his work ethic. He's also a prime candidate for punt returns, where his 8.5 yards per attempt in high school could really help fill that void left by DK. Realistically, I expect Vernell to play early, maybe as a slot receiver in 3 wide sets or on special teams. You know, my favorite part of the game. He could see 20 to 30 snaps per game by midseason, especially in games like LIU and USF. And if he pops off early, he might push for a bigger role against LSU or Miami. What's his ceiling? I'm going to say 30 to 40 catches and a few return scores. Not too shabby for a true freshman. Next up is Dallas Wilson, 5-star guy from Tampa Bay Tech. He is 6'3", 209 pounds. We flipped him from Oregon after he'd already signed with the Ducks, boosting UF's class to that number 10 ranking. Now, he had some great stats in high school. He racked up 128 catches for 2,417 yards and 28 touchdowns in high school, and he lit up Florida's spring game with 10 catches for 195 yards. He is going to be an impact player, and I'm really excited to see Wilson take the field. Dallas is a boundary X receiver, so he's going to compete with Sturdivant and Jackson, who, again, Jackson's recovering from an injury. His size makes him a real red zone threat. Spring reports note his undeniable talent, and if Jackson's not 100%, which we don't think he will be, Dallas could slide into this rotation really early. So what is a realistic stat line for him? I expect him to play in week 1 against LIU and maybe get 15 to 20 snaps. And He's going to have a chance to start by midseason if he shines. I'm going to say maybe 25 to 35 catches, 400 to 500 yards, and a couple touchdowns. This kid is a matchup nightmare, and Napier is going to love getting him the ball. At cornerback, we have another legacy. Meet Ben Hanks Jr. He is a four-star from Booker T. Washington in Miami. His dad played linebacker for UF from 1992 to 95. Hanks had a ridiculous senior season. 13 interceptions, including 3 pick sixes, 4 tackles, and 255 yards receiving. He's 6'1", 170 pounds, and he is a lockdown cover corner. Florida's secondary is deep, but it took some hits. They lost Jason Marshall Jr., Turquoise Bridges, and Jakeem Jackson. Senior Devin Moore and sophomore Cormani McLean are projected starters, with Dijon Johnson and Michael Caraway as backups. Ben Hanks enrolled early, and he in spring drills, and a lot of analysts have been noting his coverage skills. He's likely a CB4 or 5, meaning limited defensive snaps early against LIU or USF. But with Florida's aggressive takeaway approach, Gators had 14 interceptions in 2024. Hanks could see spot duty in nickel packages or against pass heavy teams like Miami. By late season, expect 10 to 15 snaps per game, maybe an interception or two. His speed and his instincts scream future star. And he knows what it means to wear the orange and blue. And that's going to take him far too. At linebacker, I want to talk about Ty Jackson. He is a four-star gem from Seminole Ridge. He flipped from USC to Florida in November, racked up over 350 career tackles, including 135 as a senior. He had 4 forced fumbles and 2 picks. 6'1", 227 pounds. He is so fast, perfect for Ron Roberts' attacking defense. The linebacker room is young, but incredibly talented. It's one that the coaches feel confident in. Now, they lost Shamar James and Derek Wingo and RJ Moten. But sophomores Miles Graham and Aaron Childs are projected starters, with Grayson Howard and Jaden Robinson as backups. Ty enrolled early and impressed in spring camp and really showed starter potential at either the Will or Mike spots. Realistically, he's LB5 or 6 on the roster, so I don't expect any big snaps early. But as the season wears on, especially in physical games like Georgia or Texas A&M, he could realistically see 10 to 20 snaps in relief or on special teams. I would look for 20 to 30 tackles and a sack or 2 by year's end. Napier is building a monster at linebacker, and Ty's the next big thing. Finally, Duke Clark, 4-star running back from Tampa. This dude averaged 7.6 yards per carry and scored 47 rushing touchdowns in high school, plus 77 catches for 1,324 yards and 16 scores. At 5'10", 205 pounds, he is a versatile back who enrolled early and worked with Jaden Baugh and Jacoby Jackson in spring drills. Now, Florida's running back room is loaded. Jaden Baugh and Jacoby Jackson are a 1-2 punch, with Treon Webb and KD Daniels back from injury. Duke is likely RB5 behind freshman Byron Lewis, so early snaps against LIU or USF might be limited to mop-up duty. But Napier loves rotating backs. 3 got 20% of the carries in 2024, and Clark's receiving skills could earn him third down reps later in the season against Kentucky or Florida State. I expect 20 to 30 carries for, let's say, 100 to 150 yards and a touchdown or 2, plus a few catches. His spring game flashes suggest he's a future star, but 2025 is going to be about learning the rope. These 5 freshmen, Vernell, Dallas, Ben, Ty, and Duke, are the kind of talent that makes Gator Nation excited. Napier's recruiting is elevating Florida back to elite status, blending high school stars with very selective transfers like J. Michael Sturdivant. At SEC Media Days, Napier said, quote, "If we're loyal to each other and we do the absolute best we can for each other, we've got a chance to have a really, really, really good football team." These freshmen embody that vision. Realistically, the wide receivers, Vernell and Dallas, have the best shot at early playing time due to depth chart openings. Look for them in September against LIU, USF, and maybe even LSU and Miami. Hanks might see spot duty in the secondary by midseason, while Jackson and Clark are more likely to contribute in November against teams like Tennessee or Florida State, as the veterans just tire a little bit. But don't sleep on their upside. This group could push Florida towards a top 15 ranking and a playoff berth. DJ Lagway, who was a freshman star in 2024, showed what is possible. He went 6-1 as a starter. These guys could follow in his footsteps. Gator Nation, the 2025 season is going to be electric with freshmen like Vernell Brown III, Dallas Wilson, Ben Hanks Jr., Ty Jackson, and Duke Clark bringing the heat. Coach Napier's recruiting is building a powerhouse, and these guys are the future of Florida football. Pack the swamp, cheer them on, let's spot the ball all the way to the playoffs. Make sure you are subscribed to A Peek Inside Gators Football and drop a comment below. Which freshman are you the most hyped about? As always, go Gators.